It lives 50 feet beneath the streets. It's 36 feet long. It weighs over 2,000 pounds. And it's about to break out.
You're looking at the one who saw it. And it was big.
You said it was dark. Now, perhaps you were mistaken. An alligator half that size would starve in a week.
He kept coming up with some garbage about alligators in the sewers.
Alligators in the sewers?
Once it escaped, there was no way to stop it.
No! No! The safety of the public is my job.
It could be anywhere.
There he is.
Ready to attack at any moment.
You know, I've seen what this animal can do. You'd better take all the help you can get.
Keep coming.
At first, no one believed it. Now, no one will forget it. Alligator.
Oh, Zombo, do you think if I drank a six-pack of that brand of beer, I'd look like her?
Oh, no, my dear. But if I drank a six-pack of that brand, then you'd look like her.
The countdown to terror has begun.
The signal's getting stronger now. It won't be long.
Come quick! The monster done ate my pappy!
Do you really think this was a bear, Doc?
Highly unlikely.
First man on Mars. Once he was human.
There's something shiny in the rock. This is really starting to sting.
Now a bloodthirsty monster, killing and devouring the young. And not so innocent.
Let's take a look at this, huh?
I'm gonna blast the thing back to hell.
Oh, shit.
First man on Mars.
You mean there's aliens out here? Shit. I don't want to get abducted and anal.
This film is not rated.
That monster just ate my pappy. Folks, it's no joke. I'm not kidding here. It's Horror Mike on this fine and fiendish Friday night. Welcome to you all to the Horror Mike Show. And for tonight's festivities, and boy, are we going to have a hell of a show for you tonight. Oh my God. Holy Toledo, folks. I've been compiling stuff throughout the week. It is a very special day. Matter of fact, many of you may not be aware of this, but I'm going to clue you in shortly. And there's a reason why I'm drinking right now Red's Wicked Apple. Okay, folks. Yes, we're talking 8% here. Okay, I don't screw around. I go for the alcohol content with these ciders here. And Red's Wicked Apple, it's a fine beverage. You can get it at your local grocer. Okay, so, but in any case, folks, good evening to you. And what you've just witnessed on the screen. Well, first, we started off, I believe, with Horror Anthology Movie Volume 1. And I am going to pop this in the chat real quick, like. It is available on Amazon to rent for a measly $2, folks. $2. $2. I asked you, come on, man, $2. It'll get you a 2-hour film, an epic horror anthology film with 6 segments, all sci-fi horror except for one, which is supernatural horror. It's 2 hours long, folks. It's $2 to rent. Okay, that's what I'm talking to you about right now. I mean, forget that The Last of Us bullshit. Okay, that stupid thing with the cordyceps monsters, which was just totally a joke. That's not how the cordyceps fungus works, folks. I know how it works, and I wrote about it, and it's one of the stories in Horror Anthology Movie Volume 1. It is called the cordyceps principle, because that is the principle upon which the cordyceps fungus functions in real life. Okay, and it's far creepier and scarier than anything in The Last of Us. Trust me. So if you want to fork over a measly $2, head on over and rent Horror Anthology Movie Volume 1. You'll be glad you did. If you like sci-fi horror, you're going to dig Horror Anthology Movie Volume 1. Now, after that, I believe we did take a look at the Alligator 1980 film, the trailer. I think that was the next one up, and we're going to take a closer look at that. If you've never seen it, it is on Tubi. Highly recommended, folks. Guess who wrote it? Yeah, you guessed right, or perhaps not. John Sayles, of all people, who also wrote The Howling for Joe Dante. And Alligator is a hell of a film. It's a hoot, okay? It's a hootenanny of gator ferocity. Let's put it that way. That's what I was looking for, or whatever the hell. I really haven't been drinking these all day, folks. Seriously. But and then we took a look at, I think there was a Zombo clip in there. And last but not least, of course, I'm not kidding, folks, we had to take a look at Horror Anthology. I'm sorry. No, First Man on Mars. First Man on Mars was the last thing we looked at, I do believe. And First Man on Mars is currently available on Blu-ray. I'm going to go to the page right now just to show you guys what's going on with First Man on Mars, because you may want to know, or may not. I don't know. But here we are on my website, horroranthologymovies.com. And as you can see here, now you can buy the Blu-ray directly off of my site, or you can purchase it on eBay or Amazon, as it says here. And it is available internationally. It will ship to Australia, the UK, or Canada. I've got those set up. So you can purchase if you happen to live in one of those countries. And yeah, so there you go, folks. That is First Man on Mars on Blu-ray. Now, this is the limited edition, signed and numbered edition, of course, signed and numbered by yours truly. And it's a hoot. I mean, if you look, let's put it this way. If you like 60s, 70s sci-fi horror films and horror comedies, you're going to dig the hell out of First Man on Mars. 90% of it was shot on Super 16 film to give it that real 70s drive-in movie creature feature look. And, you know, it's authenticity, folks. I like to keep things as real as possible. And I love those films, of course, inspired by such masterworks as The Incredible Melting Man, obviously, you know, First Man into Space, another one. I could go on, of course. but I'm not. In any case, that is available. I do believe I just dropped that linky in the chat. Yes, I did. And yeah, so there you go. That's what's going on there. I'm gonna remove that and bring my mug forward a bit. And without further ado, let's take a look and see who's in the chat, shall we? Okay. I think we've got a few people. We got Joe on the scene. Hello, Joe. How are you doing? Michael Taylor is here. Hello, Michael Taylor. Gary Carlisle is here. Hello, Gary. Good to see you. Werewolf by Lunchtime is indeed in the house. Hello, Werewolf. Good God, man. Let's see who else we got here. By the way, folks, yeah, there is the link, of course, to Horror Anthology Movie Volume 1. $2. Rent it for $2. Eric is in the house. Hello, Eric. Not sure how long I can stay tonight, but I see Horror Mike's getting snookered. Yeah, well, and for good reason, too. There's a bit of a reason to celebrate tonight, folks, and I'm going to clue you in just a few moments. This is a fine, it's a fine apple cider concoction. Red's Wicked Apple. Whew. Folks, I'm telling you, it is quite nice indeed. Shadowhawk Doc is on the scene. Hello, Shadowhawk. How you doing? Great to see you. Everybody's saying their hellos. Eric says, I try my best to help with the links, but I'm a bit under the weather. Hope you don't mind me just watching. Nah, just absolutely. We completely understand, Eric. Sit back, relax, and just catch a bit of the show as much as you can. My good fiend. Werewolf says, I got a bit hammered last night, so if I miss any hellos, I apologize. Okay. Ah, yes. Hey, Joe, what are you doing with that axe in your hand? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Found Day Weekend. What is Found Day Weekend? Not, oh, 4-day weekend. Gotcha. 4-day weekend for Shadowhawk. Yes. Folks, guess what? Guess what today is? I bet I'm going to give you guys a minute. Okay, I'll give you a couple of hints. It's somebody's birthday today. Okay. It's somebody that you all have heard of, definitely. And some of you may have met. Okay. There's another clue. His contributions to the world of science fiction, horror, and fantasy are vast. He passed away this century. Oops. That was weird. Okay, that was a momentary glitch, I believe. You may have some of his magazines. It's very possible. But can you guess? I'll give you a minute. Can anybody guess whose birthday it is? And I'll give you one more hint. You're close. You are damn close, Shadowhawk. You're on the A's. You're on the A's and you're damn close. Okay. I'll give you a hint. In the description for this live show, he is mentioned, and we're showing a movie tonight. We're going to do a little watch-along party here, folks. It's a short movie. It's only like 35 minutes, but I think you're going to want to watch this, okay? And he's in it. So there we go. Yep. Well, there we go. Gary Carlisle is quick on the scene. It is FORRY's birthday. Forrest Ackerman, folks. Forrest J. Ackerman, the Acker Monster. It is his birthday today, and in honor of that, we will be doing a spectacular watch-along party to the film that he was in the early 2000s, called The Vampire Hunters Club. Okay? Now, this film stars a ton of people that you would probably recognize, okay? Including, but not limited to, John Agar is in this movie. As I said, Forrest Ackerman. Bob Burns is in this film, folks. Yes, you heard that right. Bob Burns is in this movie. Brinke Stevens is in this film. Mary Woronov. Daniel Roebuck. Daniel Roebuck, folks. Great guy. Really funny dude. He's got a key role in this film, and he's hilarious. And it's one of those weird films that came out of Hollywood. It's not a Hollywood production. Very low budget freaking movie. Directed by Don Glut, folks. Directed by Don Glut. So he did this film early 2000s. He got all these people together. Many of them have cameos. Forrest Ackerman, Bob Burns, and a couple of others are actually have starring roles. They have, at least supporting roles, if not starring roles in the film. Carla Laemmle is in this film, folks. At that time, I believe she was, I think she was like 90 when she had her cameo appearance in this film. The Laemmle Theaters, Carla Laemmle, she had a bit role in Bela Lugosi's Dracula. Just to give you an idea, as a kid, she plays a kid, and there's just a bit, I don't know, it's like a walk-on role or something, but she's also in this film, so we're going to be taking a look at that. This is just totally freaking cool. Michael Taylor says, very cool. How old would he be? Well, he was born in 1916. So he would have, that would make him like almost 110 years old, like 107, something like that. I don't know if he was still alive today. He died at the age of 92. He was born in 1916, died in 2008 at the age of 92, at the ripe old age of 92. I mean, I think we would all, well, maybe or maybe not. Many of us would, love to see 92 years. That's a long life, folks, and this was filmed. He was in this film. This is like, I think 5 or 6 years before he passed away, but he's good. He's good in it. He's got lines and stuff, and it's funny and everything. So that's quite cool. And we're going to watch it. That's what's going to happen, folks. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. But there's a couple of important things to get to before that. Okay. And we're going to do that right now. Now, you guys, as I showed you, I believe it was last week, I showed you the Erie poster that I got, the Richard Corbin poster, the giant one from Retro A Go-Go. Well, guess what? I got the top loader in the mail for it a few days ago. So it is now in the top loader. Oh, yes, it's very nice. It's very nice, folks. It is very good. Very good in the top loader, yes. Of course, the flip side, featuring one of those great interior ads from the Warren magazines. This one for the Super 8 horror films and science fiction films. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to now highly recommend this company. If you guys ever buy top loaders, go to this company. I'm putting it up on the screen almost right now. Close. There we go. I'd never heard of this place before. Maybe you guys have. It's Wizard Coin Supply. Maybe that's it, because they don't advertise themselves as being like comic book supply or anything. It's coins, stamps, stuff like that. But here's the deal with Wizard, okay? Unlike other places where you're forced to buy, typically you got to buy like sets of top loaders, like 5, 10, 20 packs or whatever, you know, for comic books, of course, more. But I'm talking about large ones. Now, the one for the Erie here is a 22 by 28. That is an unusual size and one that you do not, you know, get every day. So, of course, I only had one thing, this Erie poster for the top loader, and I only wanted one. I wasn't going to buy 5. So I kept looking. I found Wizard Coin Supply, one of the top loaders, and this is a big top loader, folks. 22 by 28. It's pretty damn big. It can hold many, many poster sizes. $7.50. That's the cheapest I have found for a top loader. Now, granted, I ordered one. The shipping was $9, and shipping and tax, I guess. So it was like came out to 17 bucks total. But check out eBay. Go to eBay, ask them, see, you know, what you can get for the same top loader, 22 by 28 BCW top loader. It's going to cost you minimum, from what I've seen, 24 bucks. So there you go. I mean, what are you going to do? Well, I think the obvious thing is that you're going to go to Wizard Coin Supply. These people freaking kick butt. There's no doubt about it. I'm putting this link in the chat now. Because, look, you guys want to, you know, if you ever get the top loaders and you don't want, like, I would imagine that BCW is probably going to beat them on, you know, if you want to buy 50 or bulk quantity, you know. But if you want to just get a few of them, go to Wizard. You're going to get the best price. They don't screw you. You know, they could easily mark that up and charge 10, 12 bucks for one large top loader, but they don't. $7.50 is extremely reasonable, you know, for one of those. So let me show you. We're going to scroll down. You know, they've got the easel stands, of course, for the comic books, which work out pretty well in that regard. Got all kinds of stuff in here, but I want to get down to the top loaders. Yeah, now they start off, of course, with trading card top loaders. You know, like you can get a pack of 25 for $2.99. I think that's incredibly cheap. I don't know about you. These are BCW too, folks. You know, I don't think BCW can beat that price unless they're having a sale. Let's go to the comic book size. Like, okay, yeah, they have, you know, they don't call them specifically, but something that's close to a golden age. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, this is an 8 by 12. A pack of 20 for 25 bucks, $25.49. It's incredibly cheap. They got 9 by 12s, 8.5 by 14s, a variety of sizes. Lithograph size. And they do sell large packs, obviously. Packs of 10, 20, and 25, which is totally great. I mean, and these things, I'm telling you, yeah, a large 20 by 24 top loader, $5.99. That is freaking cheap, folks. There it is. BCW, this is the one I bought. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, 22 by 28, that's large. $7.49. A 24 by 30, or more importantly, Standard movie poster size, 24 by 36. That's huge. $9.69 for one top loader. If you have movie posters, this is the place to go. Look, once again, if you got a lot of movie posters, you might get a better deal directly through BCW. But if you only got a few, I highly recommend Wizard Coin Supply. Okay? That's all there is to it. They even have they've got the largest they have is 43 inches by 32 inches for $15. That thing is gigantic. And they say it's for uncut sheet trading cards. Okay. So there you go, folks. Wizard Coin Supply is what I'm telling you right now. I think it's freaking awesome. Highly recommended. And no, I don't get a dime from them. They do not have an affiliate program. I'm just plugging them because they're really good. They're cheap and they deliver the goods perfectly. I mean, look, man, I paid $9 for shipping. It came in a stiff. I mean, imagine that type of cardboard, that you need, the stiff cardboard to ship one of these. It was in a stiff cardboard box, very narrow, stiff cardboard box, incredibly well packed, perfect condition when I got it, delivered very quickly. I swear to God, it took 4 days from the day I ordered it. So there you go. Wizard. Link is in the chat, folks. Let me get back to the chat. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Joe says, I don't spend enough on posters. My walls are practically empty. Michael Taylor, if I'm healthy and have my faculties. Yeah, well, there you go right there. The faculties thing is the key. Indeed, Michael Taylor. Eric says, great. I was going to ask about those top loaders. Thanks. Yes, that is the place. Wizard Coin Supply. $7.50 is not bad at all. You're not going to beat the deal. Nobody's going to do better for a 22 by 28. It ain't going to happen. Werewolf says, I bought some Silver Age Mylar BCW recently, 50 pack. Oh, yeah, $60 delivered. Virtually impossible to find over here. Yeah, but still, that's not too bad, Werewolf, because you're paying about $1, just a little over $1 per. It's not bad considering I would imagine that half of that cost was the shipping, right? Had to have been. Michael Taylor says, this might sound weird. I might hang it from the ceiling. That way you would be able to see both sides. Yeah, that is the thing. It's kind of that is a weird thing about these double-sided posters, folks, but I've discovered the perfect answer. On my wall, you cannot see it, and I'm not going to move my computer, but there's a ledge, okay? There's a ledge that sticks out about a ½ an inch from the wall. The top loader, the bottom of the top loader sits on that. Imagine this is the wall. So it's just sitting there. And then on the top, I'm going to put a clasp that simply, you screw it into the wall and then you bring it down over the front of the top loader. And then when I want to look at the back, I'll just take it out and then flip it and then put it on the wall, and that's it. I don't have to do anything to the top loader itself. And there you go. So I can switch it whenever the hell I want. That's the problem with just getting a standard frame. You guys know this. It's like, well, what the hell are you going to do unless you have, I guess, a clear back frame, but forget it, man. Forget it. Just get a top loader. They're cheap. Look, a top loader like this is cheaper than a frame. I mean, you're going to pay at least $10 for a large frame, probably more than that, I would imagine. And then you don't get the two sides. You don't get the two sides, folks. That's what I'm talking about right now. Steve Harrison is on the scene. Hello, Steve. How are you? God, man. Werewolf says shipping kills me. Yes, that man. I feel your pain, Werewolf. Look, I lived in Peru for almost 5 years, and it was quite a nightmare occasionally getting stuff sent down there, and then you're not even sure if you're gonna get it. That's what. Yes. Los banditos de los correos en la calle. That's what I'm saying right now, folks. Okay, folks. So there we go. There is my recommendation on that. I'm going down the list because there's a lot of stuff here. I gotta say, I gotta bring this to your attention now. Now, there's holiday sales that are going on. Well, of course, that's happening also at Tomorrow's. If you weren't aware, I'm dropping this in the link in the chat right now. They're having a pretty interesting sale. Check it out. It's a 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 20 sale. Okay. So various things. Let's hit the 5. For example, you can get a variety of issues of Jack Kirby Collector or Draw, which is another great one. Comic Book Creator. All of these typically go for, $10. They're half price, folks. Most of them, I think, yeah, they're all $5 on this page. Comic Book Creator, Jack Kirby Collector, Draw magazine. I mean, that's a heck of a sale. It's 50% off. That's a Black Friday sale. Not some of these. I swear to God, I get some things in the, my email. They're like Black Friday sale, and then I go and it's like 20% off. I'm like, that shit ain't Black Friday. That's just like a typical sale. 20% off. This is the real McCoy right here from Tomorrow's. 50% off. Okay. You got a $10 magazine or a $10 book. It's $5 now, folks. There you go. So if you're interested, head on over. I know a lot of you guys have some alter ego stuff in Tomorrow's publications. They don't steer you wrong. Great stuff there. Highly recommended. And yeah, so that's where we're at with that. Quickly, I want to point out a couple of things. Ah, shit. Oh, crap. The fuck just happened? God damn it. Hold on. Well, maybe it won't play. These things are just, I don't know what. Well, the hell. I'm just going to drop the whole damn thing in there. All right, folks, what you're looking at is The Curse of Yig. I am dropping this link in the chat. Okay, because you should check this out. If you like Lovecraft stuff, this is a direct Lovecraft adaptation, The Curse of Yig. And he co-wrote, let's put it this way. He was the revisionist on this. And I forget who it was. I want to say Hazel Held, but it was definitely one of those writers. The Curse of Yig is in the Horrors in the Museum collection, where Lovecraft collaborated, quote unquote, with other writers. Typically, what he did is he just would usually revise the entire story, and then they would publish it under their name, the original writer's name, like Hazel Held, etc. But highly recommended, folks, The Curse of Yig. This one is only 31 minutes, but it's really cool. Very, very cool film. So if you like Lovecraft, check that out. Now, I want to introduce to you, if you aren't aware of this already, but you probably are, because I think I showed one of his movies, The Lone Animator. I think you guys have probably seen some of his stuff. And I think I played Rumble on Monster Island, if I'm not mistaken, which is quite hilarious. Well, he also did another one, and we're going to check that out tonight. And that's why I have Robot Monster on the thumbnail, because he did a short animated film called Empire of the Robot Monsters. And so you got to see this one to believe it. It is quite groovy. And before we go any further, I am going to remove that. Oh, shit, I should actually drop this link. I'm dropping the link in the chat. No, I see. All right, Eric. Well, take care. All right. Hope you're feeling better, my good man. Good Lord, man. There it is, the link to The Lone Animator. If you like good animation, this is stop motion animation, folks, with puppetry. You're going to dig the heck out of this. All right. Here we go, folks. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to go to video file. And without further ado, this is The Lone Animator's short film. It's very short, folks. And I'm only going to play like a minute and a half. But here we go. Empire of the Robot Monsters.
Space. Tranquil. Peaceful. Or so it would be. Were it not for the Empire of the Robot Monsters! In a dark corner of the universe lies this planet. It is a wild, untamed world where life is brutish, primitive, and savage. Yet, side by side, there exists a civilization with technology beyond the comprehension of mankind. This is the planet of the Roman, a race of beings which are as fierce as they are brilliant. Unequaled in their scientific advancements, they have conquered space and made themselves masters of the most powerful sources of energy in the universe. Yet, for all their technological supremacy, the Roman have a primitive side, a side that must be satisfied. For though they have the intellect of a computer, their beast-like bodies crave the gratification of unleashed bloodlust. To this end, the Roman engage in brutal games in the arena, matching their strength against each other, as well as against the savage life forms of the wilderness. Weakness is eradicated instantly. The supreme leader of the Roman selects his troops from among the champions of both the arena and the scientific laboratories. These superior specimens are chosen for the ultimate game, pitting a single Roman against an entire planet. Such is the might of the Roman that no alien race has been able to stand against them. Roman XJ2, you have been chosen to conquer an obscure planet in the outer regions of the Empire. It is called Earth by the humanoids that populate it. I compute that with the calculator beam, your conquest will take 3 Earth days at most. I hear and obey, Great One. Nothing shall stand against the might of the Roman Empire.
Okay, folks. Yeah, Have to stop it there. Don't want any copyright issues or whatever. Or, you know, you never know with YouTube. They might just yank me off the air. Who knows? But that's just a bit of the movie there. Okay, with the Roman and, of course, the robot monsters animated by the lone animator. I just dropped that link in the chat. You got to check this guy's stuff out. It is fantastic. He is really quite a good animator, and it's hilarious. I mean, it's funny stuff, man. Very well done. I salute the lone animator, otherwise known as Blue Worm. Let me get back to the chat here. Okay, Michael Taylor says, Mike, I was way ahead of you on the top loaders a while back. I was thinking about top loading posters. All you have to do is use double-sided tape. You don't have to hammer nails in the walls. But there's the problem, Michael Taylor. Once you put something on the top loader like double-sided tape, you forever screw up the top loader. My solution, and it's the only reason why I can do it, is because I have a ledge on the wall where the bottom of the top loader will rest. The top is not touched at all. I screw in a latch which curves down over the top of the top loader, and the top loader is never affected. I don't have to put tape or anything on it. So that is the way to go. If you want to preserve your top loader and never want to put tape or whatever the hell on it, you got to do that. You know, I mean, especially, obviously, if you do it that way, you probably have to have some kind of a ledge on the bottom, support, you know, of something, some sort. But fortunately, the top loaders are rigid. There's a big thing right there. Rigid top loaders, folks. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. I've got top loaders that I taped, and I kind of regret it now because that stuff just never comes off. And if you get the tape off, it leaves a mark. So you got all these freaking tape marks on your top loader. It's bad news, folks. It's kind of bad news. Steve says, love this Roman. Great Basil Wolverton type monsters at the beginning. Good stuff. Yeah, this guy is a really quite an animator, Steve. And he shows the process. He's got videos where he shows himself. He makes the monsters. You see him animating the monsters and stuff for his films. They are freaking great, man. Woronov says, love the background music. It looks great. It's great stuff, man. Usually these films are like 2 to 5 minutes long because it's real stop motion animation, folks. You know how long that stuff takes. And this guy does some serious stop motion. It's great. Highly recommended. I'm dropping his link once more into the chat. There we go. Shadowhawk says, most of my 11 by 17 OG art is in top loaders. Framing is not cheap. That is something right there, yeah. But you can also, as I was just saying, there are ways to get around framing it. You don't have to frame. Matter of fact, I think these look great on the wall like this. I have absolutely no problem with that. The problem is keeping them on the wall. You know, therein lies the conundrum, but I figured it out. So, you know, thank God. And I'll post some pictures probably next week. Once I get it up and get the lever in place, I will post pictures for you. Michael Taylor says, also you can use top loaders to interchange posters. Indeed, you can. Gary says, I've watched Blue Worm. Incredible. Yes, that is the lone animator, folks. Highly recommended. Go over there and subscribe. You will love it. If you like stop motion animation, this guy is freaking great. Shadowhawk says, clear push pins, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. just rest it at the pin on the bottom edge and the push pins hold the top. You could do that as well. You know, I just happen to have a ledge on my wall. It runs across the length, midway across the length of the wall, you know, midway going up. So this thing rests beautifully on the ledge on the bottom. So it's a piece of cake, really. And there's the link right there, folks. Lone Animator, head on over. Werewolf just subbed to Blue Worm. You will be glad that you did, Werewolf. This guy, the animation, it's just great. And often hilarious stuff, too. And he does some really good Lovecraft animations. Really good stuff. Highly recommended. Michael Taylor, great poster. I like it. I like the Retro Go-Go posters, Michael Taylor. I think they did a really great job, you know, with those large, eerie, and creepy posters. Really great. And when they're on sale, now, once again, Retro Go-Go right now, folks, they are 40% off. So that means that this poster would be something like $18 at Retro Go-Go right now. Okay, which is a good deal. Very good deal for all of the creepy and eerie, large creepy and eerie posters. Double-sided, folks. Steve says, do you remember Bumpin' the Night? Lone Animator must have been influenced by this claymation show from the 90s. That does sound familiar, Steve. Sounds very familiar. Bumpin' the Night. Nice, very convenient indeed. Gotham City Comics is here. Hello, Gotham City Comics. How are you doing? Gotham City, are you running any Black Friday sales now? Let me know, my good man, and I'll drop the link in the chat. Always good to see Gotham City here. Werewolf says, are you a fan of Wallace and Gromit? Yeah, there we go. Love the Wallace and Gromit. That animation is fantastic. You know, just great stuff. And it's really hilarious, too. Michael Taylor, it has a little bit of black light look to it. Yes, it does. Well, it's Corbin. All right, folks. Check it out. Guess what? We're getting ready. Oh, yes. Oh, I can feel it in my bones, folks. We are getting ready. All right, let me prep you on the Vampire Hunters Club. But first, yeah, before we do that, I'm jumping the gun here. There are a couple things related that I want to show you guys. Okay, it is Forrest Ackerman's birthday today. He was born November 24th, 1916. Happy birthday, FORRY. Okay. Now, back in 1981, as I've told you guys before, I helped Bill Warren with his book, the definitive book, or books, if you will, 2 volumes, on all U.S. science fiction films made during the 1950s. The book is called Keep Watching the Skies. So I helped him on promotion of the books. I had at the time, a pretty good science fiction movie poster collection. And so we ended up taking photos of those and other posters, including posters from, you guessed it, maybe, Forrest Ackerman's collection at the Acker Mansion. Okay, so here's the book, the original book that came out in 1982, Keep Watching the Skies by Bill Warren. The guy who was his research associate, Bill Thomas, I knew. I was a good friend of his. We lived in Lancaster. We both lived in Lancaster, about 70 miles above Los Angeles. And so the funny thing is that, of course, it's like you go, you open the book, and there you have the acknowledgments, folks. All right. And I don't think you can really read this, but let me just tell you. Here it goes. I mean, I need my glasses, for Christ's sake. This type. Can't they just make smaller or larger type for us blind people? Swear to God. Okay, here's what it says. Others who have contributed to this book include Forrest Ackerman. He starts off with Forrest because, yeah, Forrest lent him a lot of stuff for the book, you know, including photos, posters, and stuff like that. So include Forrest Ackerman, Joe Dante, Mark McGee, Mark Schurmeister, Bill Rossler, another great artist back in the day, sci-fi artist, Harlan Ellison, Mike Lydon. Yeah, that's yours truly, folks. That's your old pal Horror Mike. Jerry Parnell. Now, he purposely put my name in between. I don't know if you can read that. You can see Lydon right there, Mike Lydon, between Harlan Ellison and Jerry Parnell because of an incident that occurred at the IguanaCon in Phoenix, Arizona in 1978. Now, I was a teenager, okay? I went to this convention, and I actually ended up going to the convention with Bill and Lois Thomas. And so Jerry Parnell has always been a bit on the right, okay, right wing. Harlan Ellison, of course, left. And they would often have arguments, even in the hallways of conventions. They'd, you know, I mean, they would really go at it about politics and whatever the hell else. I think they were friends, I mean, for the most part, but they would really get into it. There's no doubt about that. And there was a rumor that went around during the convention, IguanaCon, where people were saying that Harlan Ellison threw a fan who was bothering Ellison down an elevator shaft. So that was circulating all over the place. And Jerry Parnell, I caught them, and I told Bill Warren about this. I caught them in the hallway yelling, and there were people, when they started doing that, when they would argue, they would get rather vociferous, you know, in their arguments, and people would gather around. I was one of them at the IguanaCon, and I told Warren, you know, it was hilarious. And so I believe that's the reason why he put my name between Ellison and Jerry Parnell in the acknowledgments. You know, it's kind of funny, kind of a funny thing. But in any case, this was the first edition, 1982. I finally dug out what is referred to as the 21st Century Edition, okay? This is a 2-volume set. It's freaking huge. There's 2 of these suckers. This goes from A to K. And there's a few changes in it. The 21st Century Edition has more photos. It also has a color photo gallery, which is fantastic. And as you can see at the bottom, a foreword by the great Howard Waldrop, which is totally cool. Nothing else changes that much. It's still the same great authoritative book. Absolutely fantastic. Color reproductions of a ton of sci-fi movie posters from the 1950s. And basically what he does, let me get to a chapter for you. Is that it? Nope. Oh, maybe he did. Maybe he changed it. He may have. Oh, no, I see what the hell he did. No, he went chronological. That's what he changed on this. So this is A through K. So in the 21st Century Edition, he chose to go chronologically. In the original book, he goes by the year. So there you go. That's the difference, folks. And every year, of course, it starts off pretty amusing. There we go. Well, yeah. With a little typically humorous drawing by Mark Schurmeister. So there you go, folks. Keep watching the skies. You can still get both of these editions. This is the first one. It's a bit rare now, but I think it's easier to find this one on Amazon, eBay, Abe Books, other booksellers. But I just wanted to bring this up because Forrest Ackerman did have, he played a large role, somewhat large role in the making of this book, simply by allowing Bill Warren access to the, oh my God, tons of photos which were used, folks. Like all these photos, a lot of these photos came from the Ackerman archives, right? Probably some of these movie posters too, I would imagine. So, Forrest Ackerman, acknowledged in this book. I never actually met Forrest Ackerman. The funny thing is that he was I probably attended at least 4 or 5 conventions back in the day, late 70s, early 80s, in my teens, when and Forrest Ackerman would be at the convention. Now, I remember distinctly seeing him do a panel at the 1984 Los Angeles World Science Fiction Convention. But I just never met the guy. It was just one of those weird things, and I never went to the Acker Mansion. You know, I mean, I was there. I was freaking right there in the, late 70s, early to mid 80s. Never went there. It's just one of those weird things that never happened, that I should have, obviously, but strangely enough, in some strange capacities, we ended up collaborating together on this book. At least for my part, it was pretty small. It was just, literally like a dozen sci-fi movie posters that I had that Bill Warren used for publicity. For Forrest Ackerman, it was probably hundreds of photos and dozens of movie posters that Bill Warren used for the book. He had basically, I think he had kind of carte blanche to the Acker Mansion. Imagine that, if you will, doing the book. And he says, he's like, look, Forrest Ackerman was one of those guys. It would have been nearly impossible to do this book without Ackerman, so there you go. That's the name of that game, folks. That's the name of the tune. And let me get that out of there. Let me get back to the chat. I don't know where the hell I left off here. Michael Taylor says, Mike, did you see Graphic Man's show with Joe Thursday? Joe told a great story about meeting Forrest. He said, nope, I have not seen that yet. Jacob Boranowski is here. Hello, Jacob. How are you doing? Good Lord, Matt. Michael Taylor, very cool. Keep watching the Skies books. Yes, indeed. They are freaking awesome, folks. It's the ultimate guide to all U.S. science fiction films ever made throughout the 1950s. Steve says, you missed the Lone Animator short. It was great. Yeah, but Jacob, just go to the Lone Animator site. on YouTube and check it out. You are still in time. I have not shown the ultimate film. This is a celebration tonight. It is Forrest Ackerman's birthday. Jacob, we're going to show a 35-minute film, and I'm going to start and stop, so we can talk about the film. Thank God it's short, because otherwise we'd be here for 10 hours. But it stars a lot of people. You got Forrest Ackerman in there, Bob Burns, Brinke Stevens, Mary Woronov, Daniel Roebuck is in there, and others. It's freaking awesome. We're about to watch it. Okay. It is called the Vampire Hunters Club. It is hilarious. Okay, look, there's really great scenes in it. I'll put it that way. And those scenes, of course, are with Bob Burns and Forrest Ackerman for the most part, and Daniel Roebuck. He is freaking great in this. Jacob says, I'm going to have to go back and watch, Steve. Yes. Well, you can just go to Lone Animator's site. He's got it on it. Steve says, closest I got to FORRY was him being in a washroom while I was at a convention. Needless to say, I gave him his privacy. Yeah, things just happen like that, folks. Like in Hollywood, you end up like you run in circles. Like, obviously, I was friends with Bill Warren and Bill Thomas. We hung out. We'd go to lunch together and stuff, many times. We'd go see movies, all kinds of events in Los Angeles for films, science fiction, horror, and fantasy films and stuff. And I know that, for instance, remember the live show I did about that huge auction in Los Angeles, the 1980 auction where I won the spider arm to the Lost World? I know FORRY Ackerman was there. I just didn't see him. I was hanging out with Bill Warren and Bill Thomas, and we were kind of towards the front, but he was not there. He may have been there the other day. It was a 2-day event auction, so I don't know. But it was almost like we just always managed to miss each other at various conventions or functions. And I could have easily just taken a trip, gone up to the Acker mansion and hung out with the guy. And I just, didn't. Never got around to it, folks. It's just one of those things. But at least in a certain sense, we collaborated on Bill Warren's great book, Keep Watching the Skies. And for this, I toast FORRY Ackerman once again. So, what do we got here? Oh, wait a second. I missed something. Werewolf says, next you will be telling us you worked on Project Blue Book. It's funny you mentioned that, Werewolf. Back in 1962, no. Jacob says, hell yeah, just in time. Yes, you are. Steve says, Bob Burns and Dan Roebuck have amazing collections. Yes. And I consider Roebuck really quite a good actor. He's great in this. He's just nails his role. It's great. I love it. Michael Taylor, Joe also showed a great statue of Forrest. There are statues of Ackerman. And I just recently saw one on eBay. Believe it or not, it was really cool looking too. Steve says a convention tip is to stand near a table. Here celebs are. Yeah, that's kind of funny though, Michael Taylor. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Graphic Man for the last few weeks, nor have I seen Captain Strangelove or Gratu Orlov on the show here. Funny, huh? Kind of weird. In any case, Steve Harrison says, a convention tip is to stand near a table. Here celebs are signing, and you'll hear them answer a ton of fans' questions who are in line for an autograph. Oh, okay, I guess. All right. In any case, folks, all right. We're getting there. We're almost there. Good Lord. Almost, folks. We're so damn close, I can't even believe it. But first, before we get to the Vampire Hunters Club, let me just share a little bit of info. Now, we're looking at IMDb right now. And this is the IMDb page on Vampire Hunters Club. As you can see, video 2001, 35 minutes, director Donald Glut. It says stars John Agar, Bob Burns, William Smith. But Forrest Ackerman is also in it. John Agar, here we go. Forrest Ackerman, Bob Burns, Daniel Roebuck, Mary Woronov, great cameo. Mink Stoll is in this freaking movie. Carla Lemley, folks. Come on. Incredible. Carol Strukian. Boy, I forget it. I'm not even going to do it. Conrad Brooks is also in this film. I mean, come on now. It's kind of a smorgasbord of, how should I say this? Great underground Hollywood people. I don't know. Something like that. Brinke Stevens is in it. Really quite good indeed. So, there's the IMDb to prep you on that. Now, I do want to point out a couple of things. You can watch an entire show, Cinema Insomnia. Yeah, there it is. Cinema Insomnia does a whole movie, like a 2-hour presentation on it. Yeah. Okay. In any case, Cinema Insomnia is great, which leads me to OSI. I think I'm gonna cover OSI more next week, but here's the link to that. Hopefully. Or maybe not. There we go. OSI 174. I'm sorry, OSI 74. Good Lord. And this is owned and operated by Mr. Lobo, if I'm not mistaken. And you can find, if you got Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, they've got a channel on there. That's how I watch them typically, although of course it's online as well. You can watch on demand. You can watch on Twitch if you want, which is totally cool. Let's see here. Yeah, there's that. There's that. I'm going to drop this in the. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. I will be covering this later. Gotham says, I think everyone is under the weather. I'm fine. Thank you. But thanks for asking. No, it is, well, it's that time. The weather is changing and all that stuff. There's the link to OSI 74. Steve says OSI 74 is a great channel. Indeed, it is. Indeed, it's a hell of a channel, really. Great programming on it. Highly recommended, folks, if you want to catch some horror hosts. You got Mr. Lobo on there, Sally the Zombie Cheerleader, a host of others. They show all kinds of weird shit. I think they have episodes of The Hypnotic Eye on there, which is a weird old program. I think it was like a public access program. Bizarre. It's also on YouTube as well. If you look up The Hypnotic Eye, ye shall find it. Steve says, I love Spook Show and Gula Go Go. There you go. Also on OSI 74, folks. So, in any case, it's not mandatory, obviously, my good fiends, but I've got my, as I said before, my red wicked apple cider right here. And, we're going to watch right now. We're just about to dive into the Vampire Hunters Club, okay, starring Forrest J. Ackerman. It is his birthday. You got a ton of other people you're going to recognize. And I'm going to, we're going to watch it for like 5 minutes at a time. And then I'm going to stop. And then we're going to go to the chat and see if people, have comments. You're going to see a lot of people you recognize, I think, So enjoy, folks. That's what I'm saying right now. I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to, hopefully this is going to work. Let's see what happens.
Good night, sweetheart. Good night, Reggie.
Bob Burns. Forrest J. Ackerman. Daniel Roebuck as Count Dracula. He just got here in time, PBR. Whoops.
Poor vampire hunters. Oh, they don't know about us. No, they're just chasing some poor creature of the night.
Oh, I hope it's not Dracula. I haven't seen him since 1931.
Oh, the old stake through the heart trick.
I got Marty.
We better stake him too.
You can't. We have to. Let's just do it.
I'm here at the site of yet another vampire staking. As you can see, our local vampire hunters are effectively protecting our community from the current plague of vampirism. Let's hope they keep up the good work. This is Bart Barlow, KDOA, LA News.
Hold on a minute. Johnny, come on. Johnny, move it.
Dracula's gonna have to wait. This calms my nerves.
We have to get to my girlfriend. There's no telling what Dracula's done to her by now.
Let's go.
Hey, listen, Reggie. If she's one of the undead, we're gonna have to kill her too.
Don't even say that.
Quiet. You don't want to hear us coming, do you?
I wish Forrest was here. He could really use his help. He would if he could.
I don't think anything would drag him away from the site by convention. Typical. It's just us. We have to get Debbie back.
FORRY has been mentioned.
Are you looking for me?
Dracula!
We've come here to kill you.
You can't kill the undead.
Come on down
Daniel
here. Let's find
Roebuck.
out. Debbie, honey, are you okay?
Now I am. I know what it really means to be alive.
You brainwashed her!
Oh, no. I merely promised her eternal life.
Listen, Debbie, don't listen to him.
Come on, baby, let's get out of here. This is nowhere.
Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but the night is young. Gotta go.
Dirty, filthy coward!
Oh! Ah! That was very rude.
Come down here and fight like a man!
We're 3 men short.
We'll get you, even if it takes the rest of our lives.
Then I'm sure we will meet again.
What am I gonna do?
We're gonna find him, we're gonna get him, and we're gonna kill him! How?
Well, somehow, someway, we'll never give up.
No matter how long it takes us.
Hey, guys, I'm here. So where's Dracula? You just missed him, Forrry.
He outsmarted us again.
What, are you kidding? I came from a Metropolis screening. I may never get a chance to see that film again.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a young FORRY Ackerman.
And we had to stake Marty, too.
Vampires!
And I believe the guy in the mustache is supposed to be William Smith, and the other guy's supposed to be Bob Burns. And the last guy is John Agar. Funk it. Yeah.
You're making everything into a bad trip. Why are you guys doing this?
All the vampires must die.
Yeah.
No. Please help me. Don't kill us.
FORRY kills vampire and Ackerman. Bob Burns.
Don't hurt me. Come. Love me instead. I could be so good to you.
There you are, you evil vampire!
John Agar.
The county coroner just removed another victim from the corner of Sunset and Wilcox. This male victim, whose name is being withheld, was killed by a stake through the heart, which leads this reporter to believe it could be the work of the Vampire Hunters Club.
Blood.
Here we go.
Why do you keep saying that?
What?
Blood. You keep saying blood.
Really?
William Smith.
Yeah.
I
Bob
guess I'm
Burns.
just talking to myself. I'm just putting a little blood in my Dracula model.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what we need around here is more clutter.
What are you talking about?
Well, you and Forrey, you have your models, your toys, your props, your posters. It's all clutter.
Gentlemen, your houses have so much junk in them. You ought to turn them into museums.
Forrest Ackerman. There you
Look who's talking. Here's a guy that takes apart a carburetor in the living room.
This is not a carburetor. It is an engine. Vroom, 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 vroom.
Oh, well, it's okay then. Battle stations.
Hey, well, what are you going to do with that?
If this is good enough for Claude Rains, it's good enough for me.
Huh.
Who's there?
It's me. Just open the door.
Me who?
It's me, Reggie.
Might be a trap. Say the password.
Lugosi.
Good enough for me.
John
Why didn't you
Agar.
turn off the alarm when you opened the front door.
I forgot. I got a lot on my mind. Tina, come here. Vampire Hunters. This is Tina.
Woo!
And Tina,
That's okay.
this is...
You don't have to introduce
Tina.
me. I know everyone already. Johnny. Bob. Nigel. And of course, Forrey.
I don't believe we've ever met.
I know we haven't met. I don't believe I've talked to a pretty girl in, well, never.
How do you know who we are?
Tina is Marty's granddaughter.
I don't get it.
Back in the 50s, you destroyed my grandfather. No, that's okay. I know that you had to. Anyway, since then, the women in my family, we vowed to destroy Dracula.
She found him.
Who?
Bob, who we've been looking for 50 years.
Who?
Dracula.
I don't get it.
Tina, tell him what
I
you
don't
discovered.
get it.
My sources tell me that he's figured out a secretive plan to spread his disease throughout the world. So tonight, I'm going undercover to this vampire club called Cafe Jugular, and I'm going to find out his plan and where he is.
We should go with you.
No, I don't want them
Yes,
to get
Forrey.
suspicious. Just wait here, and I'll call you when I get the information. Okay?
Boy, that's one brave girl.
She's a credit to her family.
We can't let her down.
Yeah, maybe we should take a nap first.
I need to see your ID. No. I'm talking about these. That's my price.
Hey, I'm Conrad Brooks, the actor from Playing Out from Outer Space. Ed Wood, you know about Ed Wood.
Conrad
I'm my
Brooks.
video, Jen Gallup, the Beast from the East. Oh, I'm just trying to make a sale.
Maria Montez, eat your heart out.
No. Let me do it.
So what's your story, sister? I'm looking for Dracula.
Just turn on the TV.
Hey, good luck.
I don't know about you guys, but I think one of the toughest things about dating a vampire is that there's no way you can sneak out in the morning. And
My name is Mongo. You're not a regular, are you?
No.
Mongo.
You're out of place. Weird? Mongo like weird. Mongo sit.
Hey. Actually, I'm looking for someone.
Ah, look no more. Mongo someone.
Thanks, but you're not really my type. I'm looking for
Dracula. Dracula. There's lines around the block of girls trying to meet Dracula. I think you monster meet them. Mongo, no line. Express checkout, if you know what I mean.
Oh, can I get you two to drink?
I'll have a Kahlua and milk.
Cow's milk? Gross.
Root beer then.
One scream soda. Can you?
What's on tap?
Import or domestic?
Import.
Oh, we have a nice German tourist. Very fresh. Killed maybe a few ago.
That's what Mongo had.
So let's see. I'm really nervous because my mom, the dingbat, is really pressuring me to have kids, and I am scared to have children. I mean, those little vampires running around there everywhere. Just forget about the nursing. Ouch!
Want to buy a pretty dead flower and make your friend happy?
What? She already happy. She with Mongo. Get lost. Yeah.
I need to be away from my mom because she's such a dingbat.
Oh. Put it on her tab. You know what?
No.
You're such a good sport. I tell you what, you do Mongo a favor. Mongo tell you where Dracula is.
What kind of favor do you want me to do?
How about a big kiss?
Kiss you?
How about a little kiss? Heaven! No!
I think I have a pen in here somewhere.
No need. Here, take it and leave before Mongo falls in love.
Thanks.
This has been a really undead audience. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. I'm going to bring back our host if he's still alive.
That was marvelous, darling. And now I'd like to welcome our favorite go-go girls. They really know how to make those things. Let's hear it for the vampiros, bimbos, dancers!
This is way too blunt.
Yeah. Will somebody get the phone?
Reggie, listen, this is Tina. I got the address. Meet me right away at 1313 Hillview Heights.
I'm sorry, your party has been terminated.
Tina.
What's wrong?
Oh, something's happened to Tina. She gave me Dracula's address and then she screamed.
Oh, the poor girl. One of us should have gone with her.
Okay, folks. Well, I hope you're enjoying it so far. As you may have spotted already, of course, we're currently looking at Bob Burns on the left, William Smith in the middle. I'm not quite sure who the guy is on the right. And of course, Forrest Ackerman These are the original vampire hunters of the Vampire Hunters Club. And it would appear that poor Tina has met a rather unsavory fate at the hands of the vampire girls in Cafe Jugular. Oh, God. Classic stuff. Jacob says, cool intro. Yeah, pretty good. You know, it's very low budget. This thing, what can be said? Don Glut, who directed it. Now, Don Glut, you know, you may not recognize the name. He probably most famously novelized The Empire Strikes Back. You know, that's a big claim to fame for Don Glut. Steve Harrison, The Werewolf of London Kane with Bob Burns. Yes. Very, very cool. I love that. A very nice touch, indeed. PBR says, Nat first, good idea. Oh, there we go. Steve Harrison says, Cafe Jugular, lol. Yeah. And, of course, it's 666 somewhere, the address, of course. PBR says, just watched Chatterbox on Tubi. It's movies like this that prove not all boxes are created equal. Long live Tubi. Yes, Chatterbox is just one of those insane, crazy freaking movies. It may be the most outrageous movie on Tubi, folks. You know, right now. It's possible. Although next week, we're going to be looking at another one that's really freaking totally nuts. So get ready for that. Michael Taylor says, I like it. Looks like fun movie. Yes. Well, it is a fun movie. It is fun. Yes. Is that Hawkwind? That's a good question, Werewolf. I don't know. We can check in the credits at the end. Michael Taylor says, I haven't seen Dracula since 1931. Lol. Yeah. Carla Lemley, of course, who had a role as a child in the 1931 Dracula film, is in this freaking movie. She has a cameo. Carla Lemley, folks. Amazing. Werewolf says, showing your age, Michael? Indeed. Let us return now to the Vampire Hunters Club.
Got the address.
Right here.
You guys all know that I'm a sergeant at arms here. I suggest that we get it together and go out and rumble with those damn vampires.
Tonight I meet Dracula, Lord of the Vampires. Oh, but wait a minute. Metropolis is being shown tonight. I may never get to see it.
Metropolis.
You know what to do.
I sure do. Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Oops.
2 out of 3.
You know the rules, Nigel. Someone has to stay here in case the rest of us don't come back.
The ones that always have to be me.
You got the red marble.
Well, I missed all the action the last time. Red marble, paper, rock, scissors, stump wrestling. Doesn't matter. I always lose.
We don't have time for this.
Don't worry about it, Nigel. I'll write a great article about it. You can read that.
Fine. Leave the old gimp. Go have a good time. Don't worry about me.
Folks, that's Mary Woronov. Mary Woronov from such films as Death Race 2000, Eating Raoul, and a host of others.
Oh, I think you guys want the casting office down the hall.
We're here to see your boss.
Dracula.
Well, I see you came prepared.
I see you came prepared.
You better get in here right away.
A welcoming committee, huh? All right, which one's it going to be? This one's going to put you in the hospital. This one will put you in the cemetery.
No, not in here. I am sick of cleaning this place up.
Which one's it going to be?
Hey, calm down out there. Just send them in.
I was only joking.
Calm down out there. Just send them on in here. We don't want to scare them to death. There's no fun in that.
Come on, guys. Let's go, sweetheart.
Come into his parlor.
Oh, well, come in. Please, sit down. Wow, it's all right.
Daniel Roebuck as Dracula. He's so
Don't be
good.
afraid. Look at you guys. You look different. So, can I get you anything? Do you want anything? Do you want a drink?
No, we're fine.
So, wow. You're still trying to kill me, huh?
You're evil, and it must be stopped.
Stop. What do you got to stop? I'm just here trying to motivate my fellow man.
You killed your fellow man.
Aren't you here to kill me?
That's different. You are evil.
Oh, I'm evil. So I see. So whoever you guys kill in your little vigilante club, that's okay. But if I go out and kill someone, then I'm evil.
Listen, we are not vigilantes. We are vampire hunters. And you are a vampire. And you kill people.
Do they look dead to you?
You turned them into vampires. You slaughtered innocent people.
No. I just asked for a couple pints a week, everyone. Give.
Hot vampire babes, folks.
Everyone's happy. What's the problem?
Our earnings are way up. It looks like we're going to have a great quarter.
Terrific.
Debbie.
Do I know you?
It's me, Reggie.
You sure look different. What happened to you?
I've been looking for you for 50 years. That's what happened to me.
50 years? Do you believe that? 50 years? These guys have had no fun for 50 years.
Oh, there'll be fun for us today.
Now it's time to die.
Oh, can I reason with you?
No!
Boy, are you in on this?
No, I'll record it for posterity.
Goodbye, Dracula.
Okay, I tried to work with these guys, right? I tried. Girls. How often have you said to yourself, I wish I had more money, more time, longer relationships? How many sleepless nights have you spent worrying about the future? What if I were to tell you that all that is behind you? Never again would you worry about money, or time, or your love life. In fact, I could promise you that you would never have another sleepless night as long as you live. I can teach you my methods and techniques that will forever change the way you live your life and make you a happier, more fulfilled individual.
I used to have a boring job. Day in, day out, doing something I hated. Then I heard about Dracula and his methods. Well, I signed up, and my life has never been the same. Now I have a successful business, and I can't spend the money fast enough. And it's all thanks to Dracula.
I spent years prowling. I'm looking for the perfect mate. When I was home alone one Saturday night, without a date.
Doing something I hate.
Folks, that's Del Howison. He owns Dark Delicacies. Well, it says right there in Burbank. I used to go there quite often. As a matter of fact, he ended up carrying a few of my films in the store. It is a fantastic store. for all things sci-fi, horror, and fantasy. And he carries a lot of independent films. So he ended up carrying a couple of my titles in the store. Very cool guy. Really great store in Burbank, California. Oh, yes.
Then I heard about Dracula and his methods. Well, I signed up, and my life has never been the same. Now I have a successful business, and I can't spend the money fast enough. And it's all thanks to Dracula.
I spent years prowling. I'm looking for the perfect mate. When I was at home alone one Saturday night, without a date, and I was watching Dracula on TV, and what he was saying made so much sense. His methods really do work.
Without Dracula's talents, I would have never met Henry. It's really something to be able to look into your husband's eyes and tell him, I'm going to love you forever. And really mean it.
All your dreams can be fulfilled. It doesn't matter whether you deliver babies or deliver pizzas. I'm going to teach you how to make the most out of your life.
Deliver babies.
It's like being reborn.
Deliver pizzas.
When I decided to run for office, I didn't have a devil's chance in heaven of winning. But Dracula taught me there are many ways to influence your constituents. And he was right.
Being a single mom with teenage girls isn't easy. There used to be a lot of arguing and yelling. Then I joined Dracula and learned his methods. Now life is so easy. The girls do exactly what I tell them, always. Don't you, girls?
Yes, Mother. Anything you say, Mom.
Isn't that nice?
I can't even begin to tell you the that he's had on my career.
Brinke
Without
Stevens.
Dracula, I'd still be doing dinner theater in Omaha.
The best thing about Dracula's techniques is they work on anybody or anything.
So if you're stuck in a dead-end job, or a dead-end relationship, or if you're just at a dead end,
I hate everything and everybody all the time.
Call now and really join the dead. Put an end to your boring life.
and if you call now, you'll get this amazing 5-in-1 salad helper. Operators are standing by.
5-in-1 salad helper.
555-0199. That's 1-800-555-0199. Call today.
Join me. You won't live to regret it. Right, girl?
Absolutely.
You've got that right, Count.
Dracula on TV.
Oh, hello, Nigel. How's the good life?
Reggie, is that you?
In the flesh. And Debbie, too.
I don't understand.
Fred, you're in the wrong club.
Woo! I wouldn't mind going out like that, folks.
You guys all know that I'm the sergeant at arms. And I suggest that we get it on and rumble with those bastards.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
I may never get to see that film again.
Oh, sorry. He's got Debbie. And you know, we had to stake Marty, too.
No. Oh, yeah.
One, still rolling. Quiet in the kitchen, please.
Remember, slow. Okay, that's Don Glute right there.
Rolling. Quiet, please. No talking. Here we go. Ready? And camera zoom. And action, Don.
I spent eons pitching my Jurassic classics to the Hollywood studios and trying to meet beautiful starlets who liked me for myself and not just to get a little part. But thanks to Dracula, now the studios come to me. And as for the beautiful starlets...
I'm ready for my close shot, Mr. DeGlue.
Baby, close up.
Okay.
Close up.
One.
It's really something to look into your husband's eyes and say, I'm going to love you forever. Oh, I really mean it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'd love to stay and play with you guys, but the night is young, and I gotta go. Wait, I'm sorry. Now I acted badly.
Too much.
Okay.
And now I'd like to welcome our favorite go-go girls. They really know how to shake those things. They're fabulous.
Mass courtesy of Don Post Studios. God damn. Greatery.
Lady. Girl.
Bob Burns in heaven.
You call this a tarantula?
I'm gonna fall in love. Nice body, too. Hey!
Join our venture. Invest with us. We'll take care of you. In this world and the next.
Yeah. Woohoo! There you go, folks. Vampire Hunters Club, starring Forrest Ackerman. Of course, it is his birthday tonight. And so we play this fine, unknown film from 2001, directed by Don Bluth, starring Forrest J. Ackerman, Bob Burns, William Smith, and John Agar, and a cast of dozens. Obviously, Brinke Stevens was in there. Mary Woronov still looking great in 2001. Woo! I'll tell you. And a host of others, you know. I mean, God, there were just people all over the freaking place. Folks, let's go back to the chat and let's see what people have had to say about this fine film, The Vampire Hunters Club. Well, where the hell? Well, let's start here. Steve Harrison says FORRY is wearing the outfit from Shape of Things to Come. No, yes. I do believe you are correct, Steve, in that first scene. He is wearing that outfit. It's hilarious. PBR, this looks great. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, PBR. Werewolf Low. Michael Taylor, Roebuck played Grandpa Munster in that Munsters movie that looks horrible. Yes, he did play Grandpa Munster. He's about the only reason I would want to see that film. I enjoyed what little I saw. But it was horrible? What? I'm not quite sure I'm following you on that. You seem to be contradicting yourself there. Michael Taylor. Steve Harrison says, I liked it. And Roebuck and the cast as well as Rob Zombie put their hearts into it. I liked it. It's hard putting a 22-minute formula into 90 minutes. Yeah, I still haven't seen it. I plan on catching it soon. Well, within the next, year. Anyways. Gary says, great stuff. Steve, delivered in 30 minutes or the baby is set free, lol. Steve Harrison, Brinke is a sweetheart, indeed. And she is quite sweet looking in this particular film, even though it is a short cameo appearance. Steve says, earlier reference to delivers pizzas and babies, indeed. Michael Taylor, you can tell they really had fun with this movie. Yes, they did. Steve Harrison, there is a cult show on OSI 74 that interviews the man who kept Don Post Studios going. A big wrestler-looking guy. Reminded me of Tor Johnson. Great show. Excellent. I'll have to look for that. Steve Harrison. PBR Street Gang says, Vampire Hunters Club looks mighty good. It's on YouTube, folks. Just look up Vampire Hunters Club if you want to see it again. It is on the YouTubes. Go Vampire Hunters Club. Yes, indeed. Mike, I enjoyed it. Yes, well, I'm glad you did. Michael Taylor. Folks, you know what time it is. Yeah, you're right. It's Tubi time. Without further ado, we're heading on over to the Tubi. We got to head over to the Tubi because that's where things are groovy. It's Tubi time. What the hell and living shit? Those bastards. Complete bastards. There we go. Woo! Oh boy, we got a lineup for you tonight, folks. It's pretty nuts. It's nutso. Okay? This lineup is just, it's insane. What can I tell you? But check it out. Now, obviously, I had to kick it off with a tasty groove called Alligator. Oh, yeah, from 1980. This is John Sayles' written film, directed by Louis Teague, and starring Robert Forster, Dean Jagger, among others. Fantastic film. If you have not seen Alligator, it is hilarious. It's funny. It's shocking. It's suspenseful. Great alligator. Great effects. What can be said? After it's flushed down the toilet, a baby alligator grows to monstrous size as it prowls the city sewers. Chaos erupts when it comes to the surface. Alligator, 1980. And of course, folks, your good old pal, Horror Mike, just happens to have the trailer.
It lives 50 feet beneath the streets. It's 36 feet long. It weighs over 2,000 pounds. And it's about to break out.
You're looking at the one who saw it. And it was big.
You said it was dark. Now, perhaps you were mistaken. An alligator half that size would starve in a week.
He kept coming up with some garbage about alligators in the sewers.
Alligators in the sewers?
Once it escaped, there was no way to stop it.
No! No! The safety of the public is my job.
It could be anywhere.
There he is.
Ready to attack at any moment.
You know, I've seen what this animal can do. You'd better take all the help you can get.
Keep coming. At first, no one believed it. Now, no one will forget it. Alligator.
There you go, folks. Alligator. It's on Tubi now. You owe it to yourself to put it on your watch list and check it out. Great flick. I plan on rewatching it. I've seen it half a dozen times. It's just a groovy flick. I can't say that about Teenage Zombies, though. 1959. It's a slow-paced, monotonous kind of film that the only thing great about it is this freaking cover. I love that cover with the ape and the half-naked girl. Young pawns thrust into pulsating cages of horror in a sadistic experiment. Teenage Zombies. And that's about the best part of the entire damn film. Teenage Zombies, 1959. Watch at your own peril. Okay, that's what I'm saying. On the other hand, Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama. Folks, it's no joke. This is the original 1988 horror comedy. A college ritual goes wrong when three sexy sorority girls steal a bowling trophy, releasing a devilish imp who makes their night a living hell. You got your classic scream queens in here. Linnea Quigley, Michelle Bauer, right? Robin Rochelle, directed by David DeCocteau. And there you go. It's Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama. There is tons of TNA, of course, naturally. And it's entertaining. It's an entertaining frolic into the babes and boobage Bolorama that is the Slime Ball Bolorama, folks. And of course, naturally, 2022 rolls along. They got to do a sequel. Yep, they did. I have not seen this. I'll probably end up watching it. Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama 2. People Nothing. With the escape of the murderous imp, it's a fight for survival, and only one mysterious sorority girl holds the answers to the gremlins' riddle. And, various Scream Queens return for this one. We have Michelle Bauer, Kelly Maroney, Brinke Stevens, Audrey Neal. Good Lord. It is also directed by Brinke Stevens, folks. So there you go. Yeah, it's the sequel. I don't know. It's on my list. I plan on watching it at some point. Here's another one where the poster is definitely much better than the movie. The Beast with a Million Eyes. They gave the guy, Paul Blaisdell, the special effects guy, they probably gave him like $10 for the special effects budget on this freaking movie. And it shows an unspeakable horror, destroying, terrifying. The Beast with a Million Eyes, 1955. You might want to, I don't know, catch it for nostalgia's sake. I'm not quite sure, but there you go. On the other hand, Frankenstein 2004, highly recommended, folks. This is a very good, I think it's better than that De Niro Frankenstein. Matter of fact, I think the Frankenstein monster played by Luke Goss in this is much better. And to me, it's like much more along the lines of the Mary Shelley novel. An obsessed scientist constructs a man from the limbs of the dead, but his creation quickly escapes his control and returns seeking vengeance. The great cast: Luke Goss, Alec Newman, Nicole Lewis, Julie Delpy, William Hurt, Donald Sutherland. It is a 2-part miniseries. There's just 2 parts to it. I believe it's, I want to say it's 3 to 4 hours long. Well worth it. Well worth it, folks. I really enjoyed this a lot. Frankenstein, the 2004 version. It is currently on Tubi. Check it out. Arachnia, folks. Arachnia 2003. The one good thing it's got going for it is some good stop motion animation. Brett Piper directed this film. He also did the stop motion animation of the spider creatures, I should say. And they're pretty cool. They definitely saved this film from being complete crap. But in any case, the description as follows. After crash landing in the middle of nowhere, a group of science students unknowingly wake a horde of giant spiders from their 1,000-year sleep. There you go, folks. Once again, good stop motion animation. That's the highlight of Arachnia. On the other hand, Empire of the Ants, 1977. Yep, another H.G. Wells classic. Adapted to the screen, starring Joan Collins, folks, Robert Lansing, Brooke Palance in there, and Robert Pine. Of course, directed by Bert I. Gordon, a.k.a. Mr. Big. Right there, Empire of the Ants. It is now on Tubi. It's definitely worth seeing once. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to put it that way and kind of leave it at that. Ooh, we're getting saucy. We're getting spicy here. Bugged. Folks, it is Bugged. 1996. Don't know if you've seen it. This is a Troma release. It is a horror comedy, and I liked it. I was entertained by it, and I do have the trailer for it, which we are going to look at right now.
Dead Exterminators, can I help you?
Calling the exterminators usually results in the annihilation of all unwanted vermin on the premises. In Bugged, the only unwanted vermin is man.
Yeah, but is that stuff safe?
Of course, it's perfectly safe.
Priscilla Basquet stars as a beautiful homemaker who wants to rid her house of disgusting bugs, only to discover that her home is a spawning ground for really big, disgusting bugs.
You know, these bugs started showing up right after you guys sprayed the first time.
Well, it looks like we've underestimated our bug friends. They're obviously intelligent, probably more so than we.
Troma Studios presents Ron Armstrong's Bugged, the greatest horror comedy of the year. It's terror from Troma you'll never forget. Only the neighborhood exterminators can stop the cockroaches from taking over. Incesticide, pesticide, none of the bugs are on your side in Bugged. They exterminate you from Troma.
There you go, folks. The trailer to Bugged. Recommended. It's just great B-movie action. It's pretty damn funny. It's an amusing film. It's a Troma release, you know. So you can kind of expect more or less what you're going to get. Glass Trap. I watched this film a while back, and I had to put it on here because C. Thomas Howell is in this film, and he's good. He's a good actor, folks. C. Thomas Howell. You know, he used to be an A-list actor, and I don't know what the fuck happened to him, actually, but he ended up doing a lot of B movies, a lot of sci-fi movies and stuff. This is one of them. Glass Trap, 2005. When an army of radioactive ants make their way up a skyscraper, people must find a way to escape before the giant insects eat everyone in their path. You got C. Thomas Howell in here and Stella Stevens, among others. Directed by Fred Olen Ray. Yes, indeed, folks. You know, it's reasonably entertaining. Okay? I'm just going to leave it at that. Reasonably entertaining. So, and yeah, you know, they've got, I think, the first 6 Doctors, all of their episodes on Tubi now. I love Tom Baker, Doctor Who, of course, the 4th Doctor. I think still the most out of all of them. I mean, look, there's a mixed bag going on with the Doctor Who shows. I mean, some of the I like John Pertwee as well. Some of the episodes, or, you know, series of episodes, stories, if you will, are kind of crap. It's just that way, folks. I just tell it like it is. Sorry, but it's just the way it is, man. Some of these just do not hold up whatsoever, and they're kind of bad. Some of them are good. Okay, it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag with all of them, in my opinion. You know, it's one of those things. You just, I don't know. Some are good and some are bad. Generally speaking, they're entertaining. And most importantly, as I said before, the first 6 Doctors are on Tubi now. So you can watch, and you can go into, Doctor Who Heaven on Tubi, because you've got hours and hours of Doctor Who on your Tubi network now. Golden Voyage of Sinbad, one of the greats. I just love this film. Now, the story isn't as good as the 7th Voyage of Sinbad, but it's good. And the animation, I think the effects are better in the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. And of course, it also stars the lovely, the luscious Carolyn Monroe. Yes, indeed, folks. The legendary Sinbad is in search of a gold tablet that will restore a deposed ruler to his throne, encountering fantastic creatures along the way. You got John Philip Law, Carolyn Monroe, Tom Baker, folks, the 4th Doctor. Oh, yes. Ah, yes, indeed. He plays the evil magician, and he is freaking great in this. And guess what? I've got the trailer.
See the sorcerer of the black arts, the gold helmet faceless vizier, the death fight of the centaur on the griffin, the 6-armed goddess of evil. The flying homunculus. The savage siren on a rampage. The duel with the vanishing sorcerer. The one-eyed centaur. The oracle of all knowledge. The fountain of destiny.
Yeah. Golden Voyage of Sinbad, folks. It ain't no joke. Fantastic. It is now on Tubi. Now, I must admit, these last three I have not seen yet. So, I don't know. The Living Idol, 1957. I did go on YouTube and watch a trailer for it. It looks interesting. When an archaeologist uncovers relics of an ancient Mayan human sacrifice, a local girl soon becomes possessed by a spirit upset by the excavation. There you go. 1957, The Living Idol. Looks interesting. I'm going to be giving it a watch. Now, Jupiter 2032 from 2021, I don't know. You know, I'm always open, even with newer films. Sci-fi drama. In a near future run by one world government and mass propaganda, children worldwide suddenly acquire the ability to connect to the planet Jupiter. Huh. It sounds intriguing to me, you know. But I mean, come on, one world government and mass propaganda? I mean, that's just ridiculous. Yeah. And this last one, I don't know what the hell. It just popped up on Tubi. Remember Me, 2017. It's a series, drama, crime, mystery, starring Michael Palin of Monty Python fame, for Christ's sake. After a retiree deliberately falls in his creepy countryside home to live in residential care, he becomes a witness to murder and paranormal activity. I don't know what the heck this is, folks. I plan on watching it. There's only one season. Matter of fact, there's only 3 parts to it. So it's more like a mini series, I see. But it looks very interesting. And Michael Palin in a dramatic role. Very interesting indeed. So that's on my Tubi radar. And that ends our Tubi selection. There we go, folks. Let me get to the chat one more time. Steve Harrison says, Don Post masked on OSI Cult Movies TV. There you go, folks. You want to check out Don Post masks. Robert Forster is great. Indeed, he is. Mike Ratu co-created the Hypnotic Eye. I'm sure he did. Steve Harrison, Charlie Cheswick, actor from Cuckoo's Nest. Oh, yeah, in Alligator, too. Yeah, good fun. It is. It is just a really hilarious flick. Thanks, Mike. It's a great show. Gator gonna get you. The Gator gonna get you, man. Steve Harrison says, Beast with a Million Eyes was so low budget, it only had 127 eyes. Yes. Paul Blaisdell did what he could. Blaisdell was a miracle worker in all seriousness. Yes, he was. I mean, God, they just gave him, here's $10. Make us a monster. Basically, that was pretty much it. PBR says, love Empire of the Ants. It is on Tubi. PBR. Steve says, Glass Trap, Die Hard meets Zanti Misfits. Folks, right there. PBR says, there are only like 170 seasons of Doctor Who. Gonna get some bad ones. Yeah. I think it's pretty much half and half, PBR. And I think that's pretty much what's going on with Doctor Who. Overall, it's a mixed bag. It's about 50-50. PBR says, I'm going through all the seasons of Doctor Who myself, currently on season 2, episode 35. Michael Taylor says, gotta love the Sinbad movies. Yeah, I love the first 2. Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, a little less. But still, you know, in comparison to today's crap, yeah, it's still so much better. Jacob says, Sinbad always had the best babes, in my opinion. Yes, including Caroline Munro. Oh, yes, folks, Caroline Munro. And, folks, that wraps up tonight's episode of the Horror Mike Show. I hope you enjoyed it. Indeed. And next week, I am going to, as I said last week, I was going to bring you some shock. Next week, I am going to bring you some shock that you have never seen before. You're going to dig the hell out of it. And some other stuff I want to show you. As well, of course, as some brand new Tubi stuff. They've already added some things that Tubi is just, I don't know what. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about it. But they get some of the most obscure, weird shit. I don't know where they come up with this stuff, but they get it. They get it, folks. But primarily tonight was a celebration of the great Forrest Ackerman. You know, I mean, the world would be a much different place now without the fabulous Forrest, folks. And so I say, hip, hip, hooray for Forrest Ackerman. Steve says, great show, Mike. Everybody hit the like. Yes, everybody hit that like button or die. Or something like that. Gary says, another great show, Mike. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. Steve Harrison, till next week, amigos. Michael Miller, Mike, and Chad, have a nice weekend. You guys take care. Happy Thanksgiving weekend to everybody. And don't forget, guys, I am on tomorrow at noon EST. I'm on Apex Comics show. So head on over to Apex Comics if you want to catch me at noon Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for the Apex Comics show. And that's comics with an X. If you look it up, if you guys subscribe to that, you know what I'm talking about. Should I put the link in the chat for you? It's Apex Comics. There it is. Let's take a look. Come on, you little bugger. There it is. I'm on the show tomorrow at noon, folks. I just dropped the link in the chat. There it is. So if you want to catch me in Apex and some other people chatting about all kinds of stuff, great. We are going to talk about some crazy freaking old VHS covers and what they did, like VHS gimmick covers. For example, the talking Frankenhooker VHS cover, where you push the button and it says, want a date? Want a date? Stuff like that. Great gimmick covers. I'll be showing some of my the films I did in the 90s that were distributed on VHS as well. All kinds of stuff on the Apex show. So check it on out, folks. There's the linky. Go over there, subscribe to Apex. You'll be glad you did. And I'll see all of you guys, hopefully, there tomorrow. And if not, I'll see you next Friday. Have a good one, guys. Take care.